What is RMS value of any quantity? RMS means root mean square value. Before knowing this, we have to know about mean value as well as mean square value. After that, we will find root mean square value of any quantity. Suppose there are n measurements of a quantity starting from x1, x2, x3, so on to xi, any quantity, any measurement xi, and finally last measurement is xn. So what will be its mean value? Mean value will be equal to sum of all the measurements divided by number of measurements, means x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus and so on to the xn divided by number of measurement n. This will be mean value of the quantity, which is denoted by x bar. We can also write like this: mean value x bar is equal to summation of xi starting from 1 to n divided by n. Now, mean square value. What is mean square value? It is denoted by x square bar, that is mean square value. This is the sum of squares of measurements divided by number of measurements. It also can be write as summation of xi square from 1 to n divided by n. Now, root mean square value, that is RMS value. What is RMS value of any quantity? As per definition, it is a root of mean square value. Therefore, RMS value is equal to square root of x square bar, that is root mean square value, which means square root of mean square value, and it is denoted by capital X RMS, that will be equal to square root of summation of xi square divided by n. Summation of xi square divided by n is nothing but mean square value, and there is a square root of this, so this is root mean square value. On expansion, we can write as square root of x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square plus so on till xn square. So sum of all the squares divided by number of measurement. So RMS value is equal to square root of summation of xi square divided by n, that is sum of squares of all the measurement divided by number of measurement, and this all the things are in square root. Now what will be the RMS value of any sine wave function like xt? For that, we will take time average for a one complete cycle. So if we will take integration of the quantity x over t for a complete cycle, for a full one complete cycle, divided by t, which is the period of the cycle, so this will give mean value x bar, that is nothing but time average. So this is a mean value, but mean value for a sine wave function in a complete cycle is 0. Now, what is mean square value? It is denoted by x square bar. It is the integration of x square over t for a complete cycle divided by time for a cycle, that is period capital T. So this is mean square value. Now if we take square root of mean square value as square root of integration of x square with t divided by period capital T. This will give root mean square value x RMS for a quantity which is a sine function of t. So these are the RMS values. First one is the RMS value of any discrete quantity where it is summation is used, and for a sine function which is continuous, there it is integration. So quite similar, but they are different. Suppose any sine wave function x function of t is equal to x naught sine omega t, where x naught is a peak value, and for this type of value RMS value is equal to peak value divided by square root of 2. So now we will give the proof of this relationship between RMS value and peak value of the sine function. So we will give the proof of this relationship for any sine function value. For example, I equal to I naught sine omega t. I is a alternating current and its peak value is I naught, which is the function of time. Omega is its angular frequency. Since we know that by definition I RMS is equal to square root of integration of I square over t divided by period t. If I put the value of I will get square root of 1 by t integration 0 to t of I naught square into sine square omega t into dt. It will become taking peak value as a constant out of the integrational sign. So it is square root of I naught square upon t and integration of sine square omega t over limit 0 to t. Here we will use sine double angle formula, as in place of sine square omega t we will put 1 minus cos 2 omega t upon t. In further step we will take 2 out of the bracket and we will distribute the integration to 1 and cos 2 omega t. After integrating, we will get this step inside the bracket capital T for first integration minus integration of cos is sine and constant will be divided 2 omega, and there is a limit from 0 to t. After putting the limits, upper limit minus lower limit, we will get the step as shown in the video. So there is inside the bracket t minus sine 2 omega capital T period minus sine 0 divided by omega 2 omega. As we know, sine 0 is 0 and sine 2 omega t is equal to sine 2 pi upon t into t. T will cancel and we will get sine 4 pi, which is also 0. Substituting, we will get t minus 0 inside the bracket, and finally it becomes square root of I naught square divided by 2t into t. T will get cancelled. We will get square root of I naught square divided by 2, taking square root. Finally we will get I RMS is equal to I naught upon root 2. So this is the proof, and it is applicable for any sine wave function value, as x RMS is equal to x naught upon 2. Thank you very much.